Over the course of running this channel, I've had a chance to try out and test things from military surplus to pop-up tents, online purchases that fell apart after a few minutes. But this episode, it's going to be a little bit different and strange. It's the first time, and I don't even know if this is the right terminology to use, but this is the first time I'm going to be using humanitarian aid surplus. So I'm going to find somewhere to pitch up and get a brew on, and then we'll have a bit of a chat about it, shall we? Catch you in a bit. So I've just got everything set up. The sleep pod is in place. I do have better tarps, but in keeping with the style of an emergency shelter, I've gone with this that I picked up in Aldi, I think, for £3. 3x2 tarp. It should keep me away from the elements a little bit better, because I've noticed there is a few holes in this sleep pod. I don't know where it's been stored or its history, but I'll get into how I got hold of it and a little bit of the actual sleep pod initiative itself later. Catch you in a bit. So this is the new canteen set that I'm using today. It's a 4-piece. It's got a 850ml canteen, a 600ml cup, a wood stove and an insulated pouch. It's very loosely based on the M1910 pattern canteen set issued to American troops during World War II, although the wood burner is something exclusive to this kit, and the M1910 kit had a different type of fastener on the pouch. The pros are it's an aluminium construction, so that means it's very light, and when packed away, each part stacks into each other and then into the pouch, which saves a lot of space. It would cost me about 13 quid, but they range from 13 to 15 quid on Temu. The cons, now the canteen, it's two halves crimped together. I don't know if you can just about see that line that runs about 2/3 of the way up. So I don't know if that'll break eventually with consistent knocks or what, but I'll have to keep an eye on it. Other reviews on Reddit and YouTube suggest that over time, due to the quality of the materials, these items in this kit are prone to oxidation. So that's another thing I need to look out for. Although the insulated pouch does offer a little protection from the elements and outdoor accidents, and further placed in a side pocket or held in place with internal strap like on the respirator bag that I'll show you later, it should be relatively safe. Now let's talk about tonight's shelter system. It's a sleep pod, made by Sleep Pod UK. They're built by a team of volunteers in sheds, garages, and on top of kitchen worktops up and around the country. They partner with 3 prisons already to teach potentially new skills. They're made to be available to outreach teams to hand to rough sleepers and refugees who haven't been able to access services. They're used to combat hypothermia. They are insulated, rain and wind resistant, quick and easy to deploy, easy to pack and carry, and a cost of £30 each to make. They have a great value efficiency. During the manufacturing R&R conducted in a controlled environment, the user's own body heat can raise the internal temperature by 5 degrees. They've already partnered with over 100 organisations throughout the UK and Europe. So how this came into my possession was the other day I posted a picture of a roll of scapper tape on Facebook and saying it's the greatest tape ever or something along those lines. And one of the comments was, "Are you about tomorrow?" Now the person that sent me this comment is a regular donator of random stuff for the channel and also occasional sponsor. So I thought, oh, he might need a hand, and so I said, yeah, sure, I'll come. What's happening? Um, I turned up the next day, and there's this whopping great big black bag by the side of the till, and that's the thing. What is it? I don't know. I'm like, okay. So he takes the bag and he puts the whole thing up outside, and I'm like, okay, what is this thing? I don't know. I can't find anything online about it. So I'm like, oh, okay. Um, I'll try it out. I'll take it and I'll try it out. So I took it home and did a bit of research, and that's when I found out about SleepPod UK. It was only one video on YouTube that I had this thing, and so I thought, right, okay, and did a bit more research, and that's when I found out about what these are used for. The displaced person, the rough sleeper, the refugee. So yeah, if you find yourself, heaven forbid you do, but if you find yourself having to use an outreach program because you've been made homeless, maybe you've had a bit of a falling out with your landlord and you've come home, your locks have been changed and the phone number no longer works, or maybe you're on the port of Calais waiting for the next rubber dinghy to take you over into England. Um, these are the things that will be handed out to you. Um, and it's homelessness in the UK is something very close to my heart because I came very close a few years ago to becoming homeless after having a major incident with my flat back when I was living in Keighley. And the response from the housing provider was horrendous. And it was through that I actually had to start using soup kitchens and food banks, and that's how I ended up volunteering for a few over the years. And through that I have seen and heard with my own eyes and ears the horrific stories that people have had to go through. Everything from, well, there's the old saying, isn't it? You're never more than 3 wage slips away from homelessness or total anarchy. And I've I've heard stories that are truly horrific. But yeah, I'm sorry for ranting, but homelessness in the UK is something that is very dear to me. There's a lot the government can do, and for whatever reason, seem to be kicking the can down the road when it comes to dealing with these issues. Um, yeah, the militant Andrew's coming out now. I do apologise. Um, enough of my ranting. I'm going to now just have a bit of a tidy up, and then I'm going to give you about some facts about homelessness in the UK. So, catch you in a bit. Right, so I've done a bit of site admin, and now I thought I'd just give you a few facts about homelessness in the UK and charities that help those that have found themselves displaced. As of 2025, there is an estimated 382,000 people recorded as being homeless within the UK. It's often caused by evictions, relationship breakdowns, leaving care or prison, or those that have left the forces with mental health issues. On average, an estimated 4,600 people are sleeping rough at any one time. Roughly 123,000 people between the ages of 16 and 24 were homeless or at the risk thereof between 2024 and 2025. The average age expectancy of a rough sleeper is between 43 and 45 years of age. Many women are not accounted for in official figures as they are sofa hopping in unsafe conditions. London has the highest rate of homelessness in the UK. The Homeless Reduction Act requires local authorities to prevent homelessness for those eligible within 56 days. So that's a month and a half on the streets. The government has also pledged funding to combat the root causes. Now, some key charities are the Salvation Army, Centrepoint and Shelter. Just bear with me a second, just checking my notes. 3 to 5% of UK rough sleepers are veterans. Key charities for those include Operation Fortitude, Veterans Aid, Royal British Legion, SAFA and the Great Tommy Sleepout. I've got a bit of a bone to pick with the morons that call themselves wild campers that use Hainmouth Wood. I've already contacted the owner, but seriously? Leaving all this mess here? I mean, they've packed it up there and they've just left it strewn all over the place everywhere else. These are the sort of people that will go around and tie dog shit bags to tree branches. They've gone through the process, or most of the process, of tidying up, and rather than carrying it 5 minutes down the road, they've just left it. If you're not going to use the facilities correctly, don't bother. Seriously, just have a barbecue in your backyard or something. Don't ruin everyone else's experience by creating this mess. Because, well, wild camping itself, one of the main rules is leave no trace. And if you're just going to leave mess everywhere, the government's going to find more excuses to clamp down and bring in more draconian laws when it comes to camping. And same goes for these dog walkers that leave dog shit bags tied to tree branches and gate posts. Get a grip. You've gone through the process of packing it away. Just tie it to your dog lead and put it in the next bin that you find. Seriously. Morons. On the plus side, I found about 4 metres worth of paracord, which always comes in handy. As you can see, there's very tiny holes everywhere on this sleep pod. So as well as bringing the tarp with me, I brought a very basic sleeping kit of the Argos sleeping bag and the military issue mat. I'm going to see how it goes tonight. I'm not quite sure about the comfort level of these things, the heat retention or anything, so it's all a big gamble and we'll see how it goes. So I've had my tea now and I'm just going to move the other bag that I brought to a better position so we can have a decent look at it. Be right back. So I found a nice little spot out of the sun a little bit, and apologies for any banging in the background. There's a group of kids messing around, being annoying. Anyway, yeah, before I go into the pack, I'd like to talk about the camouflage pattern that it has, which is multi-terrain pattern. It's the standard military issue camouflage for the British Armed Forces. It was introduced in 2010 to replace DPM or disruptive pattern material. It's based on Cry Industries Multicam, which is the US Army Corps developed camouflage that they have, and that was released in 2002. This particular camo uses a blend of greens and browns as an effective pattern across a diverse range of environments, with a basis on the terrain of Helmand Province in Afghanistan, where it proved quite successful when it was issued in 2010 to the 4th Mechanised Brigade during Operation Herrick. It was then issued more widely to British forces from 2011, replacing the Soldier 95 DPM kit entirely by 2013. Crye Industries helped develop this particular camo pattern, but the MOD holds the official licence for it. In 2019, a variant of MTP was selected by the New Zealand Defence Force to replace their uniforms pattern. This is called NZMTP, and it has a colour scheme suited to the terrain of New Zealand. The Royal Marines do not use MTP, bizarrely. As of around 2020, they use multicam. But there are other countries that use MTP, and they are the Danish Frogman Corps, the Bahraini Special Forces, the Maltese Armed Forces, the Pakistani Special Services Group, and Ukrainian forces used donated British equipment during the Donbass War that began in April 2014. They later developed their own Digicam pattern, the MM14, that has been superseded recently by their own variant of MTP, the MM25. So the pack itself has a capacity of approximately 6 litres. It's made from high density Cordura, and its dimensions are 25 by 28 by 14 centimetres approximately. It has a removable strap and MOLLE side pouches. They cost between £15 and £20 online. Mine cost £15 from surplus and lost. It's designed to carry the current issue GSR respirator and accessories. There's Velcro pads on the lid and the pack itself. This means you can close the lid to anywhere at all and hold it in place also with these press studs here. MOLLE loops run the length of the bag. You can see I've one of these little glow in the dark tags on it. One of these Temu purchased to get everything up to 15 quid. Strangely, it's too wide for MOLLE and too short for Alice, so I've had to hold it in place with another Temu purchase of a little clip and then electrical tape. If you want to cinch things in place, you can adjust the internal capacity with this double zip here. The back of the bag has MOLLE straps, and these can be used to attach the bag to a belt, or I have seen videos online where people have removed the side pouches and the strap and they've used it as a butt pack on an Alice system. You can also use it on any MOLLE supporting system at all. The 4 press studs in the corners here are for the plastic mounting system of the gas mask. The strap is connected via these plastic D-rings for quick release. There's also a leg strap available. I'm currently using mine to keep a top tidy while it's in storage. I find that leg straps are quite awkward for me because I'm a weird size, and it's better if I just replace it with a bit of paracord and a carabiner so I can put it onto my belt. The side pouches are held in place with MOLLE straps, and you gain access to the actual items inside with a little Velcro patch on the lid, and corresponding side of the Velcro runs all the way, well, maybe 2/3 of the way down, so you can decrease or increase the size of this bag as you see fit. You can just about see it there, but each of the side pouches has their own designated NSN number and description. Each pouch has just enough room for either a medical kit, that's a very small pack there, just slips, trips, falls and hypothermia sort of thing. Or if I go to the other side here, in this pouch we have a candling equipment, a headlamp, small torch and corresponding batteries. Hi, Future Drew here. the following segments, you may see me stutter on the words and maybe talk a little bit fast. That's because my head was on a swivel due to the fact that that group of kids seemed to have increased in number over the space of an hour. They were running around, throwing stuff around, and also the Sleep Pod. Now, this is no disrespect to Sleep Pod UK at all whatsoever, but the Sleep Pod started to fall apart. There were holes everywhere, and the tape was coming away from itself. It looked completely lost its sticky in some places. So I had to bail, unfortunately. I managed to get a few more segments done, as you'll see in the following part of the video, but unfortunately I had to go. I'm not risking my health and I'm not risking my health again with camping. I have phlebitis in my legs, and had a really bad bout of sinusitis that still bats the rear its ugly head every so often. So yeah. Anyway, onwards and upwards, as they say. Catch you in a bit. The more I look at this thing, the more problems I've found. It's not even held on like this side at all. There's holes everywhere. I don't think I'll be able to do it tonight, unfortunately. And also there's that group of kids that keep coming back, hiding behind trees and stuff. It's getting very Eden Lake, to be honest, if you've ever seen that film. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to bail it tonight for my own safety. And meant to be getting quite cold tonight, so if I've only got this tarp to protect me essentially, then I might as well just pack up and go home and try again another day. Shame this. Oh well, these things happen. Catch you in a bit. That's me packed up now, just giving it all one last look around, make sure that I've got everything. I think I have. Yeah. Alright, well, it's a shame to cut a night short, but these things happen. See you next time.